Ooh, State of the Union address. The State of the Union is strong. I think so. Ooh, so I stayed up late last night, and I watched the old State of the Union address, and got some notes down there. Got some stuff. I'm going to put a video together of some highlights. I wasn't able to get that all edited up because I can't stay up all night, guys. What do you expect out of me? Come on now. Let's be realistic. Although I have to say that the Democrat response. Oh man. I didn't watch the Democrat response from Spamberger. I didn't watch the official response because I figured I knew what it's going to say. I wanted to tune into the what is it? What do they call it? The Working Families Party. The Working Families Party. I don't know if you guys saw her coming up yesterday with this doozy. We'll talk about that a little bit later. This channel's about faith, freedom, a little bit of fun. About it. It's about it. Facts, country over party, that kind of stuff. Oh, stop it. Always forgot to hit that up. Let me do that again. Okay. All right. So the Summer Lee thing, we'll get to the Summer Lee thing. That's for sure. We're going to have to. There was a couple really good moments in the speech yesterday um, that I was impressed with. He really went after the Democrats in a couple of spots. Before we get to that, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell and all that hubbub. Hit the buttons. Do the things. Come on. The algorithm hates us, guys. You got to help us out. I still got some drywall dust on me. Oh, man. Whatever. Anyway, Working Families Party. So there was that. I'm not sure who saw it, but Trump's hair was pretty messed up when he walked in. It was kind of funny. He was sticking up straight in the air. But I'm going to play this bit because this was one of my favorite parts of the night.
One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see.
He set them up here. He really set the Democrats up right now. They fell for the trap. All they had to do was stand up.
Clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Seems like an easy one. Seems like a gimme. Look at all that. That's the Democrats. Every one of them is sitting down. Just mad. Look how mad they are. Hey, now you're in enemy territory. There's no enemy territory. Liberals and conservatives are welcome alike here. I kind of go off that same idea that what's his name, Jimmy Fallon has on his radio show, which is you can be a Democrat, you can be a Republican, just don't be a beep. That's kind of how we do it here. You know, later, I forget who it was they didn't stand up for. Oh, I don't think there was some other person they didn't stand up for. That's true. That's 100% true. Look how mad Kelly is. They should be ashamed of themselves. And he's going to tell them that, which is amazing. I love it. Oh, thanks, Tiara, Nicole. Appreciate that. See, Steph Elson is out there pushing out the approved narratives of the left. Keep it up.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Amen.
That is why I'm also asking you
Listen to them Dems.
to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact.
She's saying you killed Americans to him.
Serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords.
How is that?
Murderers.
How is that continuing on right there? How is that continuing on? She's screaming at the president of the United States, "You killed Americans. You have killed Americans." Do you remember a couple years back when Obama was doing his State of the Union and he was lying about Obamacare, and we ended up finding out that he was lying later and that he knew he was lying later? and someone yelled out, "You lie." And the news that everyone was all over that. You can't do that. That was huge news. Huge. And now all of a sudden, doesn't matter. She's allowed to yell at him, and he's killing Americans right on the State of the Union for. No one even says anything. Gavel doesn't come down. Nothing. Nothing. Just yell whatever you want. They already had what's his face, that clown with the cane. I forget his name now. He already left. He got kicked out because he had some dumb sign he was holding up. It's just the immaturity of these people. And then what? 50 didn't show up. There was like 50 House members that didn't show up. That's your damn job. You're put in there by the people to go do these things. That's your job. You don't get to decide if you're not going to go. You damn well go because it's your duty.
Not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Amen. That was right. They should damn well be ashamed of themselves. There is a triggered person. Hey guys, the triggered people in the chat. You're gonna have to just take it easy on the triggered people in the chat. Okay, they're triggered. It's all right. Let them ease into the truth. Let them ease into the truth. Steffelson has been up all night copying and pasting things onto a document so that he could copy and paste them into the chat. Man, slow it down, dude. Just slow down. Slow down a little bit. Take it easy. Take it easy. What's your name again? We'll just call you Stefan. Take it easy, Stefan. Everything's going to be all right. I got a couple of your comments saved. We'll touch base on those shortly. Let's just get this out of the way, right? Man, it was beautiful. I'm trying to find just get this stuff straight in order here. The people's response. We don't want to hit that just yet. Let's try this queued up thing I got here. Forget what it was. Yeah, I tried to get all this stuff together, but I was passing out at my computer last night. So give me a break. It was only 5 hours ago I was sitting here. What's wrong with me? I want to do an edit where I just remove all the clapping.
We ended DEI in America.
Woo! Yes, good.
We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps. And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. the men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
They did say the women's team declined the invitation because they had prior engagements, but they did it with respect and are apparently going to come to the White House here shortly. I want to get to the end of this part here real quick.
Go ahead. Thank you.
I have to address this. I just think it's hilarious.
Notice the ignorant streamer won't even read any of what I wrote. What a coward.
Well, I already told you that I saved some of them. I set them aside. So we're going to touch base on some of your ridiculous comments later. But I think it's funny when people do that. Do it all the time. But this is a more obvious situation here where somebody goes and they pound the chat with like paragraph after paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, and then they turn around and go, "Oh, you didn't answer me. That means you're a coward." Cool story, bruh.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic...
There was a couple times that happened last night where they just didn't get up. They just didn't want to get up.
schools or children.
I got to get through it a little clearer, but yeah, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It was a great speech. I thought it was a great speech. I thought he did a great job. I expected that. No, there's no worry like there was when Biden went in there and attempted.
She
So here, I'm gonna go over some of the stuff. Let's see. So you started off with the golden age of America, focused on what he inherited, and then he talked about how he turned it around and is making America great again. At about 48 seconds into it, Al Green got kicked out. Go figure. That's that clown with the cane. Al Green got kicked out like 48 seconds into the whole thing, and then Trump just glared at him. I'm going to get all this together. We'll have a video out later today or tomorrow morning. We'll review it. Or actually tomorrow night. It's the Thursday night show. I'll have a good, we'll go through the whole thing pretty simply, make it as painless as possible. Talked about the border, how fentanyl's down 56% in 1 year, how we have the lowest crime in American recorded history. The lowest crime in American recorded history. Hey, did you hear me? That's a pretty big deal. Inflation's down to 1.7%. Gas is down to $2.30 a gallon from $6 in some places. Claims that the average mortgage cost is down $5,000. Stock market hit 53 all-time highs this year or since the election. $18 trillion of investments from other countries. He also pointed out that in 4 years, Biden couldn't even get $1 trillion, and in less than a year, he got $18 trillion. They talked about how we're the hottest country in the world and job growth, and talked about 100% job growth in the private sector. All new jobs are the private sector, which sounds insane to me. Too much winning. Too much winning. The whole thing was awesome. A lot of triggered Democrats, which I was surprised to see because so many of them were being babies and going somewhere else for their whatever you want to call them, So I didn't think it would be as loud as it was in there on the left side. But they got loud mouths, that's for sure. Who can argue that? Trump accounts, tariffs, called out the unfortunate SCOTUS ruling right to their faces. Talked about how countries are still going to stay with the deals that we had already because they're worried they might get a worse one. And then he mocked the left. He mocked the left. Let me see. I wonder if I still have it on here. Yeah. He mocked the left for affordability. Some of the same people that voted for all these previous bills of wasteful spending and all that kind of stuff are now calling for affordability as one of their main lines. Talked about how grocery prices are down and rent's down and blah, blah, blah. It all sounded pretty good. Wants to give healthcare money directly to the people so they can buy their own healthcare. You have more people yelling out again. He fixed prescription drug prices. He touched on that. There was a quote in there. He talked about a third term. You're going to have to wait for the video later today. He talked about how he made it so that chip and data centers that are being built have to supply their own power. So they can't be draining off the people around or the grids that can't handle that kind of power. That's great. He talked about how he's banning large investment companies from coming in and buying up swaths of American homes, like BlackRock and stuff like that. And he asked Congress to make that permanent. What we got there? Something binked over here. Oh. Thoughts about the potential war with Iran. Let me give me 1 second. I was thinking about that last night. I wouldn't be surprised if he hit Iran while he was talking, while the speech was going on. As far as the potential war with Iran, I don't think it's going to turn into a war. I don't think that Trump's interested in war. I think he's interested in going in, taking care of business, and leaving. That's what I'm pretty sure about. Trump talked about IVF cost $4,000 and now it's down to $500 for some lady that was in the audience there. He did a great job all around. Calls out the Democrats for Social Security and Medicaid protection. Talked about how the 401k, I don't know about this one. I'm gonna have to look into this. Might be one of those things I don't agree with him on, but talking about how the government's people that don't have 401ks are going to make an option where they can get 401ks with some kind of a matched deposit. So I'm not sure I like that idea. I wasn't a fan with the Trump accounts either. That's not government's job. I went against Trump. That's not a government's job. Then he looked Ilhan Omar right in the eye while he talked about the Somali pirates and the war on fraud he gave to J.D. Vance to run. Oh, no, it was a very strong speech. It was a very strong speech. And Democrats did what we always expected them to do. They bring people like maybe I should get to that. Yeah, we'll put it up. Ro Khanna.
I'm Congressman Ro Khanna. I'm so honored to have Haley Robson as my State of the Union guest tonight.
Hang on a second. I'll answer this one because I was already in conversation. Bibi wants us to force regime change in Iran. Yeah, Bibi wants a lot of things that we shouldn't be giving him. He wants a lot of things that we shouldn't be giving him. People think Israel is just 100% innocent. That's unrealistic. I don't think we need to bow to Bibi. I think we need, if we want to go in and we got a reason to go in, state the reason, handle the business, get the hell out. That's what we should be doing. And then we have the capabilities to do that. This is the American military, after all.
Haley is a survivor and a mother. She was sexually abused at the age of 16 and 17 by Jeffrey Epstein. It was horrific. And I'm so offended that today people are attacking her, even though she went through some of the most horrific things imaginable for any human being. You know what I think? Instead of attacking survivors, how about we start holding the perpetrators accountable? How about we start holding the Epstein class accountable? It is only because of the courage of people like Haley that Thomas Massey and I were able to release the Epstein files. They stood in front of the Capitol. They shared and relived their trauma. They showed so much courage. They moved the nation. And my commitment is we will not quit. We will not rest until we get justice for the survivors. Haley, thank you for being
This is
with us
a
today.
good example here.
Thank you so much for having me. It means the world to be able to walk into a room where I know that I am respected and outspoken, and I have the backing of Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna. The support means everything to survivors everywhere, and we will bring the fight.
Was she
to
a
DC.
survivor?
Thank you for having
Was
me,
she,
Ro
though?
Khanna.
Thank you. You were in.
That's certainly the narrative. That's certainly the narrative. But Ro Khanna is bringing Haley Robeson, whatever, to the State of the Union address. She spent years getting paid by Epstein to traffic girls to him. She even convinced her friends to go to Epstein. Her stories changed throughout the years. She said she had to lie about her age to see Epstein, claiming she was older than she actually was, while also saying that Epstein told her to find the youngest girls possible. She's been all over the place.
I was 16.
Check it out.
I brought the people that I hung out with.
Did you think you were helping them?
Yeah. When I was 16, I felt like, hey, I made money. Like, do you guys want to make money? On the way to his house, I was groomed and told, lie about your age. Don't tell him you're young. So I had to make up lies about my age and that I was in college. Epstein told me to bring my friends and he would give me $200. At that point, I agreed. At that point, he just said, hey, listen, you don't want to do this, then just bring me your friends and I will pay you for, every friend that you bring to me, you will get compensated for. I can't even understand the mercy he showed me because he's just such a psychopath and a narcissist. But I was now looking back on it in hindsight, I'm so thankful that that's where it ended and that, I wasn't raped. For 2 years, I brought girls for him. I think it totaled 8 to 10 women or girls.
Did he pay you for the recruits? And if so, do you remember how much?
Jeffrey paid me $200 cash every time. He was looking for a massage for $200. And when I entered the side, kitchen door and went upstairs, his assistant brought me upstairs. It was not a massage. It turned into an hour of me being sexually abused by Jeffrey. He just looked up at me and he said, listen, you're going to bring me a friend to come over and massage me or I'm going to sexually assault you. And at that point, I had already been raped. I was terrified. I had no idea what was going on at that point. I just wanted to get out. So I made a decision based off survival mode and agreed to bring a friend.
Agreed to bring a friend. Interesting. It's weird how they don't put that out there anywhere. But they make her look
So honored to have
so
Haley
wholesome.
Robson
Look how
as my
wholesome she
state-
looks. What a wholesome. Maybe she might be now. I don't know. But wake up, because not every one of these people that are a quote unquote victim are a victim. Why are you so mad, bro?
Talking about war! You won't even pick up a rifle.
Again, is what you mean to say. Is that what you mean to say? Again? Okay. I just want to make sure we were on the same page. Iran just attacked U.S. Central Command in Qatar. Did they, though? Did they? I don't see any of that. We'll have to find out later. But Trump did kill it. Yeah, that's part of the problem for those guys. We got to have a little bit of sympathy, man. Think about how it was when we had Biden in there, right? This is what we got to think about. We got to remember that when we had Biden in there, we were a mess. We were worried about, I mean, at least I was worried about the future of America. That were we going to survive and all that kind of stuff. And now the other side is dealing with it. And you have to, even if you think they're wrong, even if all their stuff is wrong, and you still have to understand they're people, and they some of them love America. They're just confused. He does live rent free in their head. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't wait to we're gonna get, what's her face? It was a 15-minute speech from Summer Lee. We're gonna watch. I know. It's gonna be painful. It's gonna be a painful situation, but we'll get through it together, because we have to know what the working people's response is. Working people's response. I don't know. Feels like that's not what it is, but okay. Man. Trump did so good last night. Find where's it at? What did you guys think out there? Like, I know that people on the right, you can't just go political party. Oh, he's a Democrat, so it was a great speech. You know what I mean? Like, Biden went up there and gave some pretty horrendous speeches. We all know that. We're all aware of that. And Trump goes in there and killed it. He just killed it. Let me find this one clip here. I guess this is Al Green. Al Green, very early in the night, got kicked out, I guess. He had a sign up there, being Al Green. He's just being Al Green.
When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
There's Al Green getting up. Looks like he's being kicked out.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short
Looks like he
time
grabbed
ago.
the,
We're not going back. Today, our border is secure. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey,
some of these people are just a damn disgrace. The childish, but you know what the benefit of this is that the people see it, man. The people aren't falling for the same old tricks they used to fall for. There's not as many people out here going, yeah, don't go to the State of the Union. Yeah, don't represent us anywhere. Forget it. Go to your own private little event. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Wow. Does she traffic them? Yeah. We got it. We can't just believe everything that they tell us. They tell us what they want. Just like live streamers, like those live streamers you see out. There's good and bad live streamers, but the live streamers that you see out there that are You have to remember this sometimes. You only see what they want you to see. Okay? So you only see what they want you to see. I don't know how many, like a basic example would be those streamers that go out there. They'll instigate. They'll instigate, they'll argue, they'll get people riled up, and then they'll turn the camera on and film the reaction. So it looks like they're innocent. Whatever. You know how it goes. Good morning, Faith. All right. I think we need to get into the Summer Lee piece because it's just going to be outstanding. I just think it's going to be outstanding. Let's bring that up because Summer Lee is my representative. And so she decided to straighten her hair and put on a pajama top and go out there and give the State of the Union on their side, I guess. Amen. Politics can't save us. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Got some more.
Far right, racist, bigot, fascist, pedo, Trump bootlicker.
Good job. Good luck with another sentence of random words. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's get into
I'm
this garbage.
Congresswoman Summer Lee, and I'm honored to deliver the Working Families Party response to the
I
President's
mean,
State
that's
of the
just
Union.
a pajama
The
top,
Working
isn't it?
Families Party is the political party for working people, not the bosses, not the big dollars. I'm proud to be a part of a movement that is built for and
Okay.
by the people.
Okay.
So let's start with a simple truth. What we are witnessing from our government
On a
is
side note, this was published last night from the Working Families Party, and on YouTube it has a whopping 1,000 views.
authoritarianism. Any response that doesn't acknowledge that truth is a disservice to Americans who deserve and need honesty right now.
Honesty. That's what you get from Summer Lee, honesty. Now, she's going to push the narratives that they have been pushing for years. It's not going to be anything new in this stupid speech. I predicted this before I watched. Yeah. Trump is a dangerous dictator, bringing us close to war and destroying America. The main ingredients will be lies and exaggerations. Then the desired result is a fearful and angry public. Because guess what? A fearful and angry public is much easier to control than an informed public. They know that very well.
I listened to Donald Trump's speech tonight. While Trump and his friends profit off his presidency, he's gaslighting us. He wants to convince working families that we're better off under his regime. But we know the truth. Our country is in crisis.
Is it?
For millions
Crisis?
of Americans,
Oh my
affordability is out of reach. Trump has driven up the unemployment rate,
What? Driven up the unemployment rate. Then when he took when he took office, the unemployment rate in December of 2024, the one that Biden handed him, was 4.1%. Trump has, quote unquote, driven up unemployment numbers from 4.1% to a whopping 4.3%. Oh my gosh, it's the end. On a side note, he also got rid of countless useless government workers and have shrunk the size of government. So good.
up the unemployment rate, cutting thousands of federal jobs across the country.
Good.
Everything he does
So he's shrinking government. That's wonderful. Wonderful. A small federal government. That's a beautiful thing. Consider the claim that 100% of the new jobs are private sector jobs. I'll take it. I'll take a 4.3 unemployment rate. If government's not out there hiring all kinds of people. See, the government does that to affect the unemployment rate as well. Sometimes they'll hire a whole bunch of people. That helps the unemployment rate as well. It shouldn't. It really shouldn't have anything to do with it. Everything he does makes us less safe. Everything Everything he does makes us less safe.
Making Americans less safe at home and abroad. He's bringing us to the brink of wars in the Middle East and South America. And at home, ICE agents are hunting down human beings and cities are under siege. The
ICE agents are hunting down. The language is very important here, guys. Very important. Throughout this whole thing, let me get this here so I don't lose my spot. Throughout this whole thing, I went through and I wrote down some of the words that they were using. Okay, so Trump's speech, he talked a lot of positive stuff, a lot of excitement, a lot of good things happening, a lot of good things. And then with this speech, it's the same as Rush always used to say, the left is always mad. They're always mad. So some of the words you hear in this speech here are going to be disappearing, hunting down, brink of war, FBI raiding election offices, cities under siege, attacks on education, retaliation, oligarchs in the White House, the State of the Union is dire, obituary, not a normal time response, so it can't be political as usual, rent's too damn high, gun violence, opioid crisis, floods, fires, crisis, rigged system, oppression, hatred, abolished, killed, union busting, corruption, obscenely rich, cruelty, Trump is trying to steal. These are some of the words that come from this speech that you're listening to. It's only 15 minutes long.
FBI is raiding election offices in Georgia.
The FBI is raiding election offices because there's evidence of election fraud there. Everybody knows that. But the thing is, the people that watch this moron don't know that. They don't know that. So they'll hear those words and go, oh my gosh, they're trying to take over the elections. Yada, 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 yada. Because uninformed people on that side are their most valuable commodity.
Are being disappeared for protesting tyranny and genocide in Palestine.
On a side note, ICE is capturing criminals, removing them from our streets. It wasn't a problem until Democrats and the media pumped people so full with, just got everybody so riled up, so primed up that they now are at the point where they're attacking officers just in broad daylight. Don't even care. Think it's okay because they believe themselves to be heroes. They think the cops are tyrants because they've been taught that. I'm sorry. They've been trained that. Some of those people who've been trained that paid dearly for their bad choices.
Environmental protections we earned after a generation of advocacy are being stripped away. Educators are facing attacks on public and higher education because diversity and truth threaten corporate power.
How does diversity threaten corporate power? That doesn't make any sense. That's just a line that they use to get people freaked out.
Are facing union busting and retaliation. And the Republican-led Congress, it's abdicated its post as a co-equal branch and yielded itself to the oligarchs in the White House. Trump bragged.
Did she say in the White Horse?
In the White House. Trump bragged about his tariffs, but they were never about creating jobs. They were a tool for Trump to bully countries or companies into paying fealty to him personally. And
the people on the left really believe that Trump is taking the tariff money into his personal bank account. How do you combat this kind of thinking in America? How do you combat that? How do you bring someone back from thinking that he's charging tariffs to countries to pay him personally? How do you fix that? I don't
about making working people pay the price for his tax cuts for billionaires. The courts
tariffs are about resetting the world order. They're about stopping other countries from raping us. They're about stopping other countries from stealing America's wealth, which has been going on for 100 years or more. About 100 years, maybe a little bit more. It's remarkable, the stupidity the tricks that actually work on the left, the lines that work on them, I just don't get it. Yeah, there's subverted people on the right, guys. Like I'm a realist. I get it. There's crazy people on both sides. That's the truth. But like I always say, the right thinks the left is stupid. The left thinks the right is evil. That's why all these attacks and all this horrible language and all this vitriol and all this rhetoric is okay. It's why it's accepted, because people look at it like we're fighting evil. ICE is evil. Trump is evil. We're fighting them. It's just like fighting the Nazis. We're just as good as those guys. We're heroes because we follow ICE around and
blocked his illegal actions, but for too many small businesses and consumers, the damage is done. He played up his tax cuts, but forgot to mention that it's $1 trillion giveaway to the wealthiest and well-connected. He talked a big game about banning stock trading, but wants to exempt himself so he can keep on cashing in. The state of the union is dire. We can't afford to believe Trump's lies, and we have to pay attention to his
the state of the Democratic Party is dire. That's what she means to say.
Actions. This is not a normal time, and our response to it can't be politics as usual. Trump's speech wasn't a list of accomplishments. It was more like an obituary for the country working people built and a celebration for the billionaires who want to strip it for parts. An obituary for our right to vote, for the ability to make rent or the chance to own a home, for good jobs with the right to organize and strike and stick up for each other. Trump's policies are hurting our communities. Working people feel it every single day. We certainly feel it where I come from in Western Pennsylvania, where I was born, raised, and now represent in Congress. I know what it's like to come from a working class background, to be burdened by student debt.
I'm sorry, did she say burdened by student debt? You stupid bee. My tax dollars pay for her school.
Witness our community's been neglected time and again. I ran for office because I wanted to make sure the marginalized and unheard voices of my district had representation.
No, because you want... No.
Special interests and dark money went hard against me, and still we won. In my district...
You know why she won? She won because she has a catchy name. I know it sounds stupid. There's so many uninformed voters out there that I can guarantee you that many of those voters voted for her because of two reasons. One, because she's black. And her name. Because you go to the thing and you see that name, Summer Lee. Well, that just fills you with happiness, doesn't it? I like Summer Lee. That sounds wonderful. That sounds like a very relaxing bath product or some kind of a feminine spray.
Is 12th, people work way harder than their paychecks and bank accounts will ever reflect. It's a place where teachers and nurses like my sister show up even when they're exhausted. Where steel workers carry the pride of generations in their hands, and where restaurant cooks start before sunrise and don't sit down again until midnight. And where
no restaurant cooks stand up before sunrise and don't sit back down again until midnight. You lying woman.
Childcare workers do some of the hardest work in America and still struggle to pay the rent. We have world-class hospitals, yet
childcare is not the hard. What?
People can't access the care they need. Insurance companies drive families into bankruptcy.
This is the fear-mongering
Parents
portion.
work 2 jobs and still can't afford childcare. Patients ration medicine just to make it to the end of the month.
Everything's falling apart.
No matter how hard we work, we continue to struggle.
Yes,
that's
everything's horrible.
The real state of our union.
It's the right.
This is not an accident.
It's not my fault.
Trump is failing all of us, but he is not failing everybody. Trump promised to lower our costs. Instead, he gave $1 trillion in tax breaks to the 1% while cutting your Medicaid and SNAP by $1.1 trillion. In the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania alone, 300,000 people are going to lose Medicaid within the next year.
Maybe you should have not passed Obamacare. They're losing it because they're not getting their money from the government to pay for it. Doesn't seem like it's very affordable.
He promised us public safety, but we have an FBI director who's focused on flying on private jets to concerts and hockey games using our tax dollars. Trump promised accountability.
On a side note, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not going to break the whole thing over it, but I'm not a fan of that. I don't think that I'm not a big fan of Kash Patel. I'm not a fan of Bondi. I think honestly both of them never should have been picked and should probably be replaced. But Pam Bondi, 100% should be replaced.
And transparency. But his DOJ is violating our subpoena, protecting pedophiles and burying documents that name him in the Epstein files. He said he'd make government more efficient, but now seniors can't get anybody on the phone to explain why their Social Security payments stopped.
Is that what happened? Cool story. Why do they need someone doing sign language? Just out of curiosity. Not that I'm anti-deaf people, but in the world of closed captioning, what are we doing? Is that really necessary?
While Americans' bank accounts are being drained, Trump and his family have gained billions of dollars from foreign payments and corrupt oligarchs. And while our hearts break for children.
What foreign payments and corrupt oligarchs? What is she talking about? They just say stuff. And that's it. They throw as much crap as they can because most of it sticks to the wall. You know why? Because the wall is ignorant. Thomas Jefferson said we had to be an informed public. We have to protect the republic. And to do that, we need to know a few things. We need to understand just enough. We don't have to know every in and out, but man, we need to know enough to know when people are lying to us. We need to know that.
Children trapped in ICE detention. Palantir gets to walk away with a $1 billion contract. This is corporate greed and profiteering, and it's a moral failure. We live in the wealthiest country in the world, yet corporate profits grow and wages don't. The stock market may be helping CEOs, but it does nothing for working people's pocketbooks. The portfolios of AI moguls that see no place for you and me in their future might be growing, but not as fast as the unemployment rate for Black women. That's up 20% just from last year. The concentration of wealth has created two separate Americas. One for a working person.
You know, the stock market thing kind of helps people's 401ks. Does she not know about 401ks? She probably doesn't need to know about that. She's in Congress, so she can just do stock trades and stuff, right?
And one for the wealthy. And for years, powerful men like Donald Trump and Elon Musk have used the politics of fear and division, telling us that we should blame our neighbors for our struggles. They need you to believe the problem is the immigrant or the trans kid or someone who looks differently or worships differently than you. They want you to look anywhere but at them. So whether you live in a city where the rent is too damn high or in a small town where the factory closed down, or whether you come from a community hit by gun violence, opioids, floods, or fires, working families are facing this same reality. Wages that don't keep up with costs, and a system built for corporate CEOs, and a government that is just not doing enough. This rigged system.
The government's not supposed to do all the things you say it's supposed to do, you stupid socialist. The
people who have it hardest, the communities with the least power, the workers with the least protection, and the families already living on the edge. But we don't have to accept that. The rich, connected, and well-protected may want us to believe this has to remain the status quo, but we can work to make things right. We've seen working people come together from the civil rights movement to the creation of labor unions to change this country for the better, despite powerful opposition. So right now, we need bold policy proposals that meet this moment. We can build an America that works for the many and not just the money.
Oh, okay.
An America
Sounds
where you
good.
can actually afford a home,
Oh,
where healthcare
yeah, it
is
sounds good.
guaranteed with affordable childcare and education,
Oh,
with
man.
paid family and medical leave, and jobs with a union standard.
None of that is the government's job. It's not the government's job to provide you with health care. It's not the government's job to take care of your damn kids. It's not the government's job. It's not the government's job to make you a savings account. That's it.
We can create a just and humane immigration system. And let's be clear, you can't reform oppression or hatred. You must abolish it. We can have environmental policies that put the health of our people and our planet over the profits of oil and gas executives. We can fund education instead of endless war and genocide in Palestine or Sudan or anywhere else in this world. That vision is not radical. It is the bare minimum required for a healthy democracy and for people to pursue happiness and live with dignity. Imagine what it would mean if healthcare wasn't tied to your job, and where you can see a doctor without checking your bank account first, or no parent ever rationing insulin, no family starting a GoFundMe to survive cancer. Medicare for all doesn't just save money. It saves lives. It keeps families out of bankruptcy.
Yeah, all that
Imagine
socialism looks great on paper. It looks great on paper. That's why so many morons keep trying it. Never worked, not once.
national jobs program that guarantees dignified union work. Rebuilding roads and bridges, caring for seniors and children, installing clean energy, building affordable housing. No more telling young people there's nothing here for you, or no more small towns hollowed out and just forgotten. A good job does more than pay the bills. It builds pride and community. Imagine childcare that doesn't swallow half your paycheck, and paid leave that allows you to heal, to bond with your newborn, or to care for a parent without risking your livelihood.
Yeah.
When people have the basic secured, stress goes down, small businesses grow, families stay together, and democracy actually works because people aren't trapped in survival mode. When the foundation is strong, people can breathe again. We, the people, need this. We need a healthy democracy and systems that work for us. We can have this now.
We live in a constitutional republic.
Don't let anybody tell you we can't afford it. We somehow find endless money for ICE, for private prisons to warehouse Black and brown people, and for bombs to be sent abroad. But we're told healthcare and childcare are too expensive. And when we begin questioning those priorities, the powerful try to divide us once more. But that old playbook is losing its grip. When Trump returned to the White House for a second time, too many institutions surrendered. But ordinary people stood up. When federal immigration agents invaded Los Angeles and Minneapolis.
Invaded Los Angeles. When they invaded. When they
killed Keith Porter and Renee Good and Alex Preedy. People didn't stand by. They stood.
Those people have to have some personal responsibility for the places they put themselves in.
Together, protesting, documenting abuses, building mutual aid networks, demanding that ICE gets out of their communities and that Congress not give them another penny. I believe the American people deserves leaders who are as brave as they are, who will wake up every morning ready to fight like hell. This year, we can flip Congress against Trump and against this rigged status quo, but we can't do it by electing more of the same. The Democratic Party is at a crossroads.
No, the Democratic Party is crumbling.
On one side are millions of working people demanding bold action, lower costs, higher wages, Medicare for all. On the other side are corporate donors and consultants who are terrified of upsetting the very interests that rigged this economy in the first place. That tension shows up in watered down bills and speeches that sound bold but govern small. You can't promise relief while protecting corporations driving up the prices. You can't stand with labor while taking checks from the union busting CEOs. And you cannot defeat MAGA while keeping billionaires comfortable. In other words, you can't serve two masters. That's why
I see what you did there. It was good.
To help us bring bolder people into government who better reflect the vision of working people. Look at Congresswoman Delia Ramirez.
Earlier in the
a daughter of Guatemalan
Might have missed it.
immigrants in Chicago who
See. We'll speed this
expanded
up.
Medicaid, built affordable housing, and protected people from eviction as a state legislator
Look at that.
before bringing that
Sign
same fight to
language
Congress.
guys going
Or
full
Congresswoman
speed
Latifah
ahead.
Simon, who worked for more than 30 years helping survivors of violence and trafficking. Now she's here in Congress to push for affordable housing and transit that connects people and that helps them get to work, and for an economy that doesn't treat Black and brown communities as disposable. Look at New York City Mayor Zoran Mandani, who took on Andrew Cuomo and his
Yeah, I
corporate.
have enough of that. She said in there too, I didn't stop the video, but she said Black female employment is up. Unemployment is up. But it's actually down. The most recent U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics data from January 2026. Oh, see what I did there. Employment situation, blah, 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 blah. Shows the employment rate for Black or African-American women at 6.3% for January 2026. It's actually down 1.5%. So it's not up, it's down. Pretty different messages. Pretty different messages out there coming out. You got one of hope and prosperity and the future and good stuff, and you got one with just all the negativity and horribleness. I just have to, I'm just going to read this one more time. These are some of the words that they used in her speech, in her horrible speech. Disappearing, hunting down, brink of war, FBI is raiding election offices, cities under siege, attacks on education, retaliation, oligarchs in the White House, the state of the union is dire, obituary, not a normal time, response so it can't be politics as usual, rents too damn high, gun violence, opioid crisis, floods, fires, crisis, rigged system, oppression, hatred, abolished, killed, union busting, corruption, obscenity, rich, obscenely rich, cruelty, Trump is trying to steal. Amazing. I'm going to go back. I got a bunch of comments saved here. Let me go back. And inflation was low. Employment wasn't bad. It's awful now. No, the statistics don't support what you're saying. So, I mean, you can say that, but that's based off of the propaganda that you've heard. You see, that's based off of the garbage you get, garbage in, garbage out type stuff, you know. Like I just talked about the unemployment rate was 4.1 and now it's 4.3. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. You are a hypocrite. Can't call on Jesus. You cannot say anything as long as you're in your sin. That's not, I'm not sure if that was to me or not. That's not entirely accurate.
Middle-aged man complains about streamers.
I complained about it because I've been there. I've been out there. I've seen it. I've been on both sides of the camera. I've watched it in person. I've seen the things they do on the other side of the camera that you don't see. That's what I was talking about there. Oh, Trump is Lucifer in the flesh. This is what they want you to believe. This is what they want you to believe, that Trump is Lucifer. That's it. He's Lucifer. You can't say anything about it. If you do, you're wrong. You're wrong. There's another tape of that lady, the Epstein lady, saying that she was like the Heidi Fleiss. I'm looking for a couple things here. This is El Salvador's president explaining the problem in Mexico and the problems that Mexico and other countries face. It's pretty telling.
La única forma de solucionar un problema que ya existe de inseguridad es con fuerza, con la fuerza del Estado, que yo lo he dicho en otras ocasiones, todo Estado es más fuerte que sus grupos criminales presentes en su territorio. No hay Estado que no pueda contra los criminales. Si un Estado no vence a la criminalidad es porque el Estado es cómplice o porque partes del Estado son cómplices. Una vez el Estado se libera de la complicidad con la delincuencia y va con fuerza hacia los criminales, los vence.
I'm a separatist, separate from the baloney and the deception on both sides. That's an illusion. That's what that is an illusion. You're like so many people out there in America, these lukewarm, wishy-washy, can't take an opinion, would rather stand back, say, oh, well, I'm on the fence. I'm independent. I'm by myself. You can't pin me down. That means I can stand here and I can rip on the left and I can rip on the right. No one can touch me because I'm reasonable. I'm the reasonable one in the middle. I'm the one with principles that aren't strong enough to stand on. That's kind of what that is. I can't stand people that sit on the fence all the time. That gets annoying. It's weakness. That's weakness. Pick a position, man. Pick a position. Or just get out of the fight. I mean, like, don't even be involved at that point. The left thinks that the right is racist. Well, I'll go you one further. I say this a lot. The right thinks the left is stupid. The left thinks the right is evil. That is where they get the validation for all the horrible effing behavior that they approve of. Morals don't come into play. Have you responded to the accusations yet? Have I? What accusations? Are there accusations about me?
Let me know what the accusations are. I need to know.
Oh, I must be like a pedophile protector or something, right? Is that the accusation? Most of all people on here are planned American citizens following the systems that we have in place that don't work for the people, only for the people in power who run these systems. All of you are in. I mean, yeah, I think it's gotten to kind of that point. I think if we need to get back to the Constitution, it's why I went to DC back in the day. It's a nice name. The Epstein Party. This guy refuses to respond to the accusations. What accusations? You might have to do a super chat or something so I see it. Maybe I'm missing it. I don't know. The chat thing, I only see like the last 4 on my little system here, so I don't see them all. Just came across my algorithm. Oh, honey, funny. Why? This is come on, lefties. Let's get it going. Come on.
So you voted Trump because he's fat and you fat. So you could relate?
Yeah, that's it. That's why people vote for people. Sometimes we need to disconnect. Like we're going to be doing that this summer, going on a vacation where we just disconnect. Where'd that one go? There's this one. Where'd it go? Dang it. Now, I do have some actually funny stuff we could talk about, some good stuff, some uplifting stuff. I've been trying to make sure I get that. This would be a good place to start. Let's do this one.
What the President Trump, I want you to know, no matter what the fake media says about you, the American people love you, and we will support you all the time because we love you. I'm sick and tired of hearing these Democratic politicians stand up on these podiums and say how sorry they are for seeing these criminal illegal aliens being ripped apart from their families. What about us? What about the American family? What about us? We mean something too. And this man right here understands it. I was listening to Grandma Cook, and she said thank you to President Trump. President Trump, I
It's just nice to see those stories popping up. And there's stupid stories like this one. Castro. Posted this, Senator Castro, Representative Castro. ICE deported Juana. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. No disrespect. I'm 36 weeks into her pregnancy over the weekend. She had been at Dilley trailer prison for 3 months with her two young children. She was fearful of giving birth while in prison. When ICE first attempted to deport her, doctors and airlines refused to clear her for travel because she was too close to her due date. But ICE shopped around for a doctor and airline that would be complicit in this cruelty. She said that the stress she's had is so bad that her hair is falling out, that she can't take it anymore. I am gravely concerned that ICE is failing to meet the most basic needs of expecting mothers like Juana, who is imprisoned, treating pregnant women and their unborn children. What? Did you hear what I just heard? Treating pregnant women and their unborn children. What? Wait a second. Is it only Americans that have clumps of cells? Or are non-Americans? Theirs are unborn children. But ours, oh, okay. The thing is if he put treating pregnant women and their clump of cells with such cruelty, wouldn't work. It wouldn't spark up all the sympathy. There wouldn't be any emotional blackmail involved then. So because it's politically savvy, he decides to put in unborn children. Amazing. I don't know about you, but as far as I'm concerned, it seems like they got perfect timing. Yay, one less anchor baby. Yes. Yeah, that's what it is, right? One less anchor baby. Anyway, what would you do in this situation? Says the poster. Got Yeah, why wouldn't he be mad?
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
What did that guy?
God.
Oh, he's white.
Oh my god. Oh! 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 Oh my god.
What would you do? What would you do in that situation? I know what I would do. I would hit the gas really, really hard. I'm gonna let you listen to this crazy person. Well, maybe I shouldn't. She's just negative. She's just negative. Got some positive stuff coming up here. I need to run and get me a new coffee. I wanted to leave you with something. Here, I'll leave you with this. A nice uplifting story. How about that? They still make those, guys.
$500,000 for you.
No way.
24 hours earlier, this is how I met Danny.
Excuse me, sir. Did you drop this back there?
No, sir. I lost my wallet. I had brain surgery.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I have a tumor.
Oh, sorry.
I lost it right before the hospital.
But is this it?
No, sir.
Oh.
I then rewarded Danny with $1,000 for his honesty, and then his wife, Cassie, shared this.
I gave him my 6 to 18 months to live, even with surgery and the radiation and everything. Just got denied the medical assistance. I'm not sure how. I can't work because I have to take him to doctor's appointments every day. He can't work, and our lease is running out April 8th, so we're also trying to pay bills and look for a new place and find the money to get into a new place. Worry about being homeless because I'm scared every night that we're going to be living in my car. I have to get a tent, and then I'm going to get my little girl taken away from me because I can't take care of her because we got a brain cancer diagnosis. You.
And that's when my followers came together and did this.
$500,000 for you.
No way.
You feel lucky, guys?
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'm going to be able to take care of my family. Oh my God. Be able to get a house and no one can kick us out.
But I have one more surprise for you. There's your new car.
Yeah.
Last possession to help us like this out.
Thank you so much.
That's nice.
Trump is in the files.
Yeah, we know. You should do a little research, find out why he's in there. We need some uplifting stuff, man. We need some uplifting stuff. We all saw the cops getting the snowballs thrown at them. Let me see. I had a nice story here I wanted to put up. Yeah, there we go. A boy in the Special Olympics had to run over and kiss his mom and melted every heart. This is great. That's what life's about. That's what it's about. It's not about all this ugly politics and horrible stuff that's going on. It's about understanding that we're all in this struggle together. We can hate each other and be mad at each other as long as we want. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't bring anybody together. It's one story really got me. These two real heartfelt little stories here. Cool. That's beautiful. Not so much beautiful.
Dude, give it up. You calling her a stupidest socialist bitch just gives away how ignorant you actually are.
No, it doesn't. She said that herself. What are you talking about? Please be more informed. Please be more informed. It's out there. There's no excuse anymore to be as ignorant as some people seem to be out there nowadays. There's no reason for it. There's one more nice one here I wanted to put up. Where did that go? This is kind of an interesting story, but this one.
Forward if you're
I'm going to do this with my kids.
Take a step forward if your dad has ever brushed your hair. Take a step forward if your dad has ever read to you. Take a step forward if you've never had an empty fridge. Take a step forward if you've always had a home to sleep in. Take a step forward if your dad has ever taken you to the park. Take a step forward if the water has always turned on at home. Take a step forward if you've never helped your parents pay the bills. Take a step forward if your dad says he loves you. Take a step forward if you've ever met Daddy's dad. Look at Daddy. He didn't leave his spot. Why? Because all the things that you guys said were true were the opposite for Dad. He never moved once.
Have you ever met your dad's dad?
I'm not crying, you're crying. There's so much more important stuff out here than politics, guys. Politics is good. It is important, man. It guides the country. It's important. It's very important. but we can't, man, we just need to remember, guys. We just need to remember that we're all people out here. That's all. Remember that. We're all struggling. Everybody's going through something. We're gonna hit the chat up a little bit, and we'll wrap this day up. I'm gonna get busy on making a video for the State of the Union. That should be pretty good. We'll put that together. Ooh, that was rough, man. I've been on the edge, on the emotional edge. I haven't had as much time to write lately. I've been working on some other stuff, and writing is my therapy. So I get all this stuff built up inside, and eventually you crack. Hopefully you don't do it live. That's all. That's all. I'm kind of curious about this. Have you responded to the accusations yet? I don't know who that person was talking to. I'm kind of curious. %, they like us divided. You know why? Because we're weak when we're divided. It's the reason that they created all these groups. There's so many groups. Everyone gets assigned to a group. And then they can use those groups. They can drive wedges between those groups, make those groups hate each other. Now you have those people fighting with each other and not worried about whatever else, like taxes or, the tyrannical government that's stealing all their freedoms and liberty, because you're busy fighting with each other. That's the idea. That's the goal. That's the end game. We need to get out of those groups. Yeah, you and I might think differently. You and me might have different opinions on some stuff, but guess what? That doesn't mean that I hate you, and it shouldn't mean that you hate me. We can have an argument without hating each other. We just need to pay attention, love each other a little bit more, and understand that we're all going through something. There's something we're all going through, guys. Let's help each other. Don't hurt each other. No matter what your wife says, never cut your beard, especially if you have babies and small children. I just came off another live stream, and that's what they were doing. A wedge of options. Hate is real, and it sucks. Yeah, it's a tool. It's a tool of the left and the right. It's a tool of those in charge. Let's do that. I firmly believe that the problem lies more on the left than the right, because the right seems to be more factually based, while the left seems to be more emotionally based. Emotionally based thinkers are easier to manipulate. So that's why I think there's more of those on the left than there are on the right, but they're on both sides. If I agreed with 100% of the stuff anyone said, that just makes me a yes man and a blind sheep. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. That's why I don't I don't trust in, the Bible says not to put your trust in men. So I try not to do that. Actions speak louder than words, but the hate needs to stop. 100%. That's what I always try to preach here, guys. Like I'm conservative. I'm on the right. That's where I'm at. It is what it is. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me a good person either. It just makes me a person that's on the right. That's a conservative. I've had many conversations with people on the left, far left, that were great conversations. We had good conversations and treat each other with respect. It's not that hard to do. It's not that hard to do. I've been invited into LGBT home with a what do you call it? A 6'4" dude that dressed like a girl. When I was doing some work on the house. Okay, so let's just keep it there. And maybe I'll tell you the story one day about where I was whenever the Supreme Court approved gay marriage. I was in a gay bar. Yeah, I said it. I was in a gay bar whenever they said, yes, let's approve gay marriage. Now, again, I was working in that gay bar. As a matter of fact, we were doing a lot of copper work there. But we would leave by 3 p.m. and the bar didn't open until 5. We were always out of there ahead of time. No one's hanging out and waiting around to see what's going on there at night. They had weird things on the bar. There was a section with vinyl on it. easy to clean. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, I'm up pretty early. Makes you a person with common sense. We have to be able to talk about our differences without hating each other, man. Like, I just don't get where all the hate comes from. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I know it's useful. It's a useful tool that the left and the right use, those in power use, to keep the people who really have the power fighting each other, so we don't fight them and we don't pay attention to what they're doing, and they can suck up all our money and spend our tax money on whatever they want, including their own bank accounts. I couldn't remember the gay bar from Police Academy. This one was empty. Although in the bathroom, this is back in like, what was it? What year was that? I don't even know. It was a while ago. And man, that bar they had some dispensers in the bathroom. Free dispensers. You don't have to pay for what was in it. I'm not going to get into what was in the dispensers in the bathrooms at the gay bar that you could get for free. I'm just going to leave that up to the imagination. That's all. That's all. Source material. When you find it and you hear a story and you're even questioning it at all, find the source material. It's important. That tells you a lot, because one of the things that they'll do is you'll have small news agencies, or whatever you want to call them, report some crazy story, some narrative at like 4 a.m. and then the bigger news agencies will turn and they'll pick those stories up, like Russian collusion or whatever. They'll pick those stories up and then they'll publish them. They'll talk about them. They'll push them out into their sphere of influence. But they'll do that without any accountability, because all they'll say is, well, this morning Axios is reporting, or the Politico is reporting, or whatever. So that way they can report the story, but they don't have to take any accountability for the story. You know what I'm saying? It's a get the story into the American, get the narrative into the American bloodstream and then correct it later. It doesn't matter, because some people are going to believe whatever that was forever. You'll never be able to pull them back. Fran G. David, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. We're getting ready to wrap it up here soon. I'm just kind of doing some crowd work. I'm just doing a little crowd work. But yeah, check us out, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out MagAmericans.com. Been here for a couple years. Hey there, Lisa. I didn't say hi to Lisa or Carrie. My bad. Yes, I follow a guy here that does all the night work, and then there others come in and take it from him. Yep. It's a shame. So I'm going to go over, like, we have our regular show every week. We have our regular show at 9 p.m. on Thursdays. I do the morning show on Saturday, Sunday, and I was doing all week. I'm pulling that back just a little bit because I want to make sure I have good content, and I work full, so I don't have a lot of time to put those together. But man, yesterday morning when I wasn't on, I missed you. I missed you guys. That sounds lame, but I did. I was kind of sitting around like, man, I didn't do something I'm always supposed to do today. It just felt wrong. So anyway, as my wife always says, and actually you can, there's some new stuff on my website here. You can smile at a stranger, sweatshirt. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. It's amazing. That's amazing. It's amazing. Or this new funny design. I kind of like it. Ice baby. All right, that's enough. I like it, dang it. That's all that matters. Right? Is that all that matters? I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, God bless you guys. Smile at a stranger out there. Pray for your enemies. Oh, you know what? Let me do the prayer. I forgot to do God's minute again. Just give me a sec. Let me pull that up real quick, and we'll do that, and then we'll get on out of here and get our day started. Go start kicking butt out there, right? Oh wait, hang on. I might have to put this up. So let's check on the Democrats' counter. These people want you to take them seriously.
Hey. Woo! I think I did okay. You did amazing. Yes. You get an A. I don't give grades though. We just go on vibes, and the vibes were immaculate. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Impressive stuff right there. Wow. Oh, Bold came in. They didn't get all your. Hurry up and get all your talking points in there, man. We're getting ready to wrap it up here. You might not have a chance to get your stupidity out. I'm sorry, I mean your facts or whatever. Whatever. I'm going to try to read this really old writing here. We'll see how I do. Gotta get the glasses on. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. And he that searcheth the hearts knoweth what is in the mind of the script. What is the mind of the Spirit? Because he maketh intercession for the saints according to thy will of God. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Romans 8:26-28. The way is long, our Father, and sometimes very weary. We crowd and bruise one another in passing, and often we forget the goal in the heat and hurry of the pilgrimage. Start us forth, we pray, each day with fresh courage, and whisper in our hearts a little song to gladden our steps as we take up our burdens anew. Grant that the lightest of these may ever be our conscience, and that we may never be too laden with personal troubles to carry the balm of sympathy for a friend and foe. Above all, grant us the gift of clear vision, that we may pierce the doubts and fears of the passing moment, and dwell with the unfaltering confidence upon the ultimate fact of thy love. Amen. Just love that stuff. Is that an insult? I thought it was just a joke, but I guess the left is always so fragile that everything's an insult. Nothing's a joke. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day. Pray for your enemies. And you do too. We will see you again here shortly. Check us out tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our regular show. And Saturday, Sunday mornings, and some other mornings here and there. Hit that bell for notifications. And don't forget to smile at a stranger.
Bye.